Arsenal Fan TV outside the Emirates. It's the international break, and in the international break, what I'm doing, I'm kind of reflecting and having a look at how we've been getting on so far in the season. Now, the very, very interesting thing for me is about strikers. Now, at the start of the season, there's a lot of Arsenal fans, and I'm going to include me in that as well, that were very critical of Arsene Wenger for not buying a striker. Arsene Wenger at the time said, I'm not going to buy a striker if it's not better than what I've already got. And, you know, we were linked with players like Jackson Martinez, Carlos Bacca. We were linked with Mandzukic, Aubameyang. He didn't buy any of those guys. He said, listen, he didn't get any of them. And he went into the season with what we got. And I thought, well, let me take a look at how those strikers have been getting on in comparison to what we've got. Now, I'm not going to include Aubameyang and Lewandowski in this because those two strikers were strikers that Arsenal did try to get. I know for a fact that they definitely tried to get Aubameyang. They offered Dortmund 30 million. Dortmund refused and gave Aubameyang a brand new contract, 4-year contract, and said, no, there's no way we're selling him. Lewandowski, Bayern Munich said, absolutely no way are we selling him. So those weren't options. But I want to look at the other three. I've got the stats here. I want to look at the other three players in question. Now, Jackson Martinez, who ended up going to Atletico Madrid, big move for him. I think Wenger was kind of questioning his age and also saying that he feels that Giroud is a better option. Well, first of all, Giroud has scored 10 goals this season in all competitions. Jackson Martinez in all competitions has scored 3 goals, right? So there you have it. Carlos Bacca moved in the end to AC Milan. He's got 7 goals this season, so that's not too bad. That's not a bad return, but still 3 less than what Giroud has got in all competitions. Remember, this is all competitions I'm talking about. And Mario Mandzukic got a big move to Juventus. He's got 4 goals this season. Again, Giroud has got 10. So if you base it off of that, you've got to say that Wenger's been right. So far, remember, we're talking so far. So far, Wenger's been right. These guys have not been better than what he's got because, as I said, Giroud scored 10 goals in all competition. Mandzukic 4, Bacca 7, Jackson Martinez 3. I know Aubameyang has scored quite a lot of goals this season. I think he's got over 10, Lewandowski. But as I said, they weren't options. They were players that were not going to be sold by their clubs when they were being offered up. So it's really interesting, this stat. Really, I mean, there was one other player who was linked, which was Higuain. Now, Higuain actually has scored 11 goals this season, so that's 1 more than Giroud. But remember, Giroud has come off the bench for a lot of these games. He wasn't even starting at the start of the season. It was Theo Walcott right up until he got injured. So really interesting there. Do we owe Wenger an apology? Is Wenger right when he said that, you know, those guys weren't better? And as I said, I was very critical at the time. I was like, come on, Jackson Martinez surely would have been a good option to bring in. He's only got 3 goals. I want to know what you guys think of it. Leave it in the comments below. I mean, I was kind of debating it yesterday on Twitter, and there was a guy saying to me, yeah, but look, you know, who Giroud's got behind him. He's got Ozil, but hold on, you know, Jackson Martinez is playing with Antoine Griezmann, you know, with Koke. They're not playing with mugs. These are some of the hottest players in Europe. So leave your comments below and let us know what you think. Was Arsene Wenger right when he said that he didn't want to bring those guys in because they're not better than what he's got? Or do you still think he made a massive error in not buying a striker and Giroud's not good enough? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. And we're talking about what the players that we think. Top 5 players so far this season for Arsenal. Top 5. We're going to start with number 5.